Adrienne Eliza Bailon is an American recording artist, singer-songwriter, actress, dancer, and television personality. Bailon first became publicly known as a founding member and lead singer of both the 3LW and the Cheetah Girls Bailon, as a founder's successor with both the groups selling or co-many de 5.6 million albums worldwide. Aside from her work in 3LW and the Cheetah Girls, Bailon went on to develop her own acting career with roles in the Cheetah Girls films, Coach Carter and the MTV film All You've Got. Aside from her work in film, she has also guest-starred in numerous television series including the Disney series That's So Raven and A Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Bailon has established a solo music career, contributing 2 solo tracks including, What If, to the Cheetah Girls, One World soundtrack as well as the Confessions of a Shopaholic soundtrack, and other numerous guest musical ventures. She is currently one of the hosts of The Real Talk Show along with Tamar Braxton, Jeannie Mai, Loni Love, and Tamera Mowry, which premiered on July 15, 2013. Life and career, 1983 to 2002, early life, career beginnings, and 3LW. Bailon was born to a Puerto Rican mother, Nilda Felix, and an Ecuadorian father, Freddie Bailon, on October 24, 1983. She grew up in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. Bailon has an older sister, Claudette, and is the cousin of Jorge Santos, who was once in a relationship with Christina Aguilera. Bailon's parents are divorced, and she was raised by her mother and stepfather, Joe. She attended high school for health professions and human services, but didn't pursue a career in the medical field due to her musical endeavors. Bailon commented, "I really want to be an obstetrician. I want to bring babies into the world." Bailon was discovered by Latin pop singer Ricky Martin in October 1999 while she was performing in a church choir at Madison Square Garden. Martin asked for the 4 best singers in the group, and Bailon was only offered Thea Fura selected by Martin to perform as backup singers as part of his Live in La Vida Loca tour concert show later that night. Following the performance, Bailon became a member of the girl group 3LW. Bailon stated that she was spotted by a producer while on a field trip to Beth Israel, and was later offered a slot in the female trio. Bailon said, "Coming from very humble beginnings in the projects of the Lower East Side and not having any Hollywood connections, it did not seem realistic. I sang in church, acted in all the church and school plays. So when the opportunity came to join a girl group I was ready." The group was signed to Epic Records. Kelly Williams and Naturi Norton were the other 2 members of the group, and work on their debut album began in 1999. In 1999, the original lineup of 3LW formed. Their first single, No More, was released in the fall of 2000. No More was a chart success, and was followed by Pliers Gone Play in early 2001. The group's self-titled debut album, 3LW, was released on December 5, 2000. The album went on to be certified platinum by the RIAA, selling 1.3 million copies in the U.S. In the summer of 2001, the group embarked on the MTV Total Request Live tour along with Destiny's Child, Dream, Nelly, Eve, and Jessica Simpson. In 2001, 3LW recorded a song with various artists including Michael Jackson, Usher, Bianca Copyright, Luther Vandross, Celine Dion and Mariah Carey in response to the 9/11 attacks called, What More Can I Give? In late 2001 they collaborated with Lil Romeo and Nick Cannon for Parents Just Don't Understand on the Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius soundtrack. 3LW spent the first half of 2002 in the studio, recording an album tentatively titled Same Game, Different Rules. The album and its intended lead single I.O. were presented to the label, who felt it did not have enough urban radio appeal. The tracks from Same Game, Different Rules were leaked to the internet in MP3 format, and Epic considered dropping the girls. A fan support campaign for 3LW named Never Let Go of 3LW after their song Never Let Go spread to the radio, and the act was retained, despite the album loss. Recording a new set of tracks, the group returned in the summer of 2002 with the P. Diddy-produced single I Do, featuring Loon. That same summer, the group performed a concert special on Nickelodeon titled Live on Sunset. By August, the group was set to release its newest LP, A Girl Come Back, when member Norton had left the group for good after heated arguments. A Girl Come Back's release date was pushed back a month, but sales were still disappointing, debuting at number 15 on the Billboard 200 with a disappointing 53,000 copies sold in the first week. Approaching the time that the group was ready to deliver their second album, Nature Norton announced that she was no longer a member of the group. Norton alleged that she had a number of conflicts and arguments with Bailon, Williams, and their management, which led to a heated argument in August 2002 involving an altercation with KFC Food. Not long after, Norton claimed that she was forced out of the group. 2003 to 2008, the Cheetah Girls, 3LW disbandment, and acting career. Williams and Bailon continued as a duo while using the 3LW name, causing the press to jokingly refer to them as 2LW. According to a cover story for the October 2002 issue of Sister to Sister magazine, Cody and Adrienne said they received death threats and that they had to beef up security. The departure of Nature greatly affected the group's popularity and album sales. After the second single released from the album, Never Get Enough, underperformed, auditions were held across the country for a new third member. Jessica Benson made the cut and joined 3LW in early 2003. Without Jessica, the group might have had to split due to bankruptcy. Jessica's first performance was on Live with Regis and Kelly, followed by a performance on Soul Train. In fall 2003, 3LW departed from Epic, signing with Jermaine Dupri's So Def label. The group then began working on their fourth studio album. While working on the album, both Bailon and Williams signed on to star in the Disney Channel film The Cheetah Girls. They starred as two of four members of a female girl group named after the film, with Raven Simona copyright and Sabrina Bryan portraying the final two members. The movie was released in August 2003 and was a ratings success. The Cheetah Girls soundtrack debuted at number 33 on the Billboard 200 and was later certified 2X Platinum by the RIAA. Bailon had a supporting role on Disney Channel's That's So Raven, which she played Eleanor. In 2005, she starred in Coach Carter as Dominique, her first theatrically released film. Walt Disney Records soon created a real-life girl group, composed of Adrienne, Cody, and Sabrina. Raven was offered a spot in the group but declined, opting to focus on her solo career and her television series That's So Raven. The trio began working on their first studio album, later revealed to be a Christmas album. The album, titled Cheetah-licious Christmas, was released that year, and they soon left Walt Disney and signed to Hollywood Records in 2006. Bailon then starred in the MTV film All You've Got, along with R&B singer Ciara. The movie was released to DVD on May 2006 and premiered on MTV. The Cheetah Girls later returned to film the sequel The Cheetah Girls 2. Though she was absent from the main group, Raven Simona copyright did return to film the sequel. The movie premiered on August 25, 2006, and brought a total of 8.1 million viewers, becoming the highest-rated Disney Channel original movie and beating the premiere of the first of the High School Musical films. The soundtrack to the movie released on August 15, 2006, and debuted at number 5 on the charts and was certified platinum by the end of the year. The Cheetah Girls began work on their second studio album in January 2006. "We'll be making a real album, not a soundtrack," Bailon said. The Cheetah Girls' second single from the Cheetah Girls 2 soundtrack, Strut, considered their most successful single. It's their highest-peaking single to date, peaking at number 53 on the Billboard charts. Bailon sung lead vocals and ad-libs. Their debut album TCG was released on September 25, 2007, and featured the single Fuego, which charted on Hot Dance Club Play's chart and had its video played in heavy rotation on Disney Channel and MTV Trail 3s. Though they were heavily involved with the Cheetah Girls, Cody and Adrienne were still members of 3LW, though progress on their fourth album had halted due to their work with the Cheetah Girls. The group's fourth studio album was originally called Phoenix Rising, but was renamed Point of No Return. The lead-off single, Feelin' You, was added on radio stations July 12, 2006. The album was supposed to be released later that year but was pushed back to a 2007 release because of Adrienne Eliza's involvement with Disney's Cheetah Girls franchise, and eventually fell off the release schedule. The album delays were caused by image conflicts between both groups. As a result, the album was never released. In early 2007, Bailon stated in Girls Life magazine that 3LW was on hold because of the Cheetah Girls project. However, rumors were finally put to rest by Bailon in an interview with Jonathan Jackson in 2008 when Bailon confirmed that 3LW officially disbanded after they were removed from the So So Def roster. Bailon and Williams decided to then pursue the Cheetah Girls franchise full-time. In 2008, work on the third film in the Cheetah Girls franchise, titled The Cheetah Girls, One World was in works. According to Disney, the plot would involve the Cheetah Girls going to India to star in a Bollywood production. Like the Cheetah Girls 2, it was filmed on location in a foreign country. In an interview, Bailon stated the movie would film for a 3-month period, in India, and that she had been doing research for the film. She also stated that all of the original cast will be back. However, Raven-Symoné Copyright later confirmed that she would not return for this film as she was busy with her fourth studio album and was filming movies such as College Road Trip. The movie premiered to over 6.2 million viewers, and reached 7 million viewers in its final half hour. This still failed to meet the ratings of the first two and was the series' lowest-rated premiere. In the UK, its premiere night scored 412,000 on Disney Channel UK, making it number 1 of the week, and received 182,000 on Disney Channel UK +1, also number 1 on that channel for the week, totaling 594,000. Bailon recorded 2 solo songs for the film's soundtrack album, What If, and Stand Up. In November 2008, Williams confirmed in an interview with Touch Weekly that the group had officially disbanded to pursue solo careers in both acting and singing. Bailon and Brian later confirmed the statement. As of 2012, the group is still disbanded, though all 3 members have stated they are opening to working with one another again. 2009-present, Empire Girls, I'm in Love with a Church Girl and the Real. Following the breakup of the Cheetah Girls, Bailon was signed to Island Def Jam Records and began working on her debut studio album. First confirmed in a radio interview in New York, Bailon later confirmed the news on her official Twitter stating, "For everyone who wasn't in New York, I officially announced I have signed a solo deal with Island Def Jam. So, happy I'm finally able to tell you guys." Bailon began working on her debut album shortly after signing with the label. Her first official musical release were the songs Uncontrollable and Big Spender, both of which were featured on the Confessions of a Shopaholic film soundtrack, released in 2009. The soundtrack featured songs from numerous artists, including Lady Gaga and the Pussycat Dolls. Later that year, she was featured in the Ghostface Killah song I'll Be That, featured on his 8th studio album Ghostini, Wizard of Poetry in Emerald City. Starting in 2007, Bailon began dating Rob Kardashian, the brother of Kim Kardashian. While dating Rob, Bailon appeared in a total of 8 episodes of the reality series Keeping Up with the Kardashians, appearing as Rob's girlfriend. The show saw Bailon and Kardashian get tattoos with one another, among other aspects of their relationship. The couple officially split in 2009. On the breakup, Bailon stated, "You know they say opposites attract. Euro unregistered trademark MA Real New Yorker. Sometimes I think the things that matter to us were different." Though the reasoning was not announced at the time of the breakup, it was later revealed that Rob had cheated on Bailon during their relationship, which was the ultimate reason they broke up. In 2012, Bailon announced that she was taking part in the reality show Empire Girls, Julissa and Adrienne, which would revolve around Bailon and friend Julissa Bermudez. Bailon said of the show's premise, "The show follows us wanting to take our careers to the next level, coming back to New York City, where we Euro unregistered trademark originally from. To take our careers to that next level." The show premiered on June 3, 2012 and has been a ratings success for Star Network. Bailon later appeared in the music video for Pitbull's Give Me Everything. On November 1, 2012, Bailon appeared as the co-host of the Pepsi pre-show Live alongside Jesse Giddings and Jim Cancello, a podcast that was sponsored by Pepsi, and broadcast through the X Factor website 1 hour before every episode in the live rounds of the show. Also in 2012, Bailon separated from Island Def Jam due to creative differences. Bailon played as Catalina Santiago in the film, The Coalition, which was released on DVD and Blu-ray in February 2013. Bailon starred in the ABC Family movie, Lovestruck, the musical, on April 21, 2013. The movie featured Bailon singing the Madonna classic, Like a Virgin with Sarah Paxton and Chelsea Kane. Other songs Bailon sang in the film include a song entitled Everlasting Love, alongside Paxton, Kane, and Drew Seeley. She appeared in the film I'm in Love with a Church Girl, which was released in October 2013 and became the highest-grossing independent film of 2013. Bailon currently hosts a daytime talk show called The Real alongside Tamar Braxton, Tamera Mowry, Loni Love and Jeannie Mai, which premiered on July 15, 2013. It had a trial summer run during 2013 on the Fox television stations group under consideration for a full launch in fall 2014. The show was approved to return September 15, 2014. Discography. Solo songs, 2008, Stand Up, 2008, What If, 2009, Big Spender, 2009, Uncontrollable, featured songs, No Me Digas Que No from a Thea album Extreme Platinum Disc feat. Adrienne Bailon of the Cheetah Girls, No Me Digas Que No, I'll Be That from a Thea album Agostini, Wizard of Poetry in Emerald City, Come With Me from a Thea album Prestige, War extended version, Like a Virgin with Sarah Paxton and Chelsea Kane, Everlasting Love with Sarah Paxton, Chelsea Kane, and Drew Seeley, music videos, 2009, Everything, Every Day, Everywhere, Fabulous, 2011, Give Me Everything Pitbull, 2013, Sexy People Pitbull, Filmography, Film, Television, see also. List of Puerto Ricans, List of Adidas sponsorships, List of lead vocalists, references. External links, Official website, Island Def Jam, Adrienne Bailon at the Internet Movie Database.